You've seen this little padlock icon thousands of times. Most people know it means a site is secure. But what is actually happening behind that icon? How does your browser and a server you've never talked to before agree on a way to scramble your data so nobody in between can read it? That's TLS, and it's one of the most quietly impressive systems on the internet. Once your browser knows a server's address, thanks to DNS, it opens a connection. But by default, that connection is like shouting across a room. Anyone positioned between you and the server could potentially listen in on everything you send. That's a problem if you're logging into a bank, entering a password, or sending anything you'd rather keep private. TLS, Transport Layer Security, exists to fix this. It's the protocol that takes a plain, readable connection and turns it into an encrypted one, so that even if someone intercepts the data, all they see is scrambled noise. Here's how your browser and a server agree on encryption without ever having spoken before. This is called the TLS Handshake, and it happens in a fraction of a second. First, your browser sends a client hello, basically introducing itself and listing the encryption methods it supports. The server responds with a server hello, picking one of those methods, and importantly, sending back something called a certificate. This certificate is issued by a trusted third party called a certificate authority, and it proves the server is actually who it claims to be, not an imposter pretending to be your bank's website. Your browser checks that certificate against a list of trusted authorities it already knows about. If it checks out, your browser and the server then perform a key exchange, a clever bit of math that lets both sides agree on a shared secret encryption key without ever actually sending that key across the connection in a way an eavesdropper could steal it. Once that's done, both sides now have a shared key that only they know, and every piece of data from that point forward gets encrypted with it before being sent and decrypted on arrival. That certificate step deserves a closer look, because it's really the foundation of why you can trust a website at all. Certificate authorities are organizations that verify a domain actually belongs to who they say it belongs to, then issue a digital certificate confirming that. Your browser and operating system come preloaded with a list of trusted certificate authorities. If a certificate is signed by one of them, your browser trusts it automatically. This is also why you sometimes see scary warning pages. Your connection is not private. That usually means either the certificate expired, doesn't match the domain, or wasn't issued by a trusted authority at all. Your browser is essentially saying, I can't verify who you're actually talking to, so proceed carefully. It's worth being clear about what TLS actually protects. Once the handshake is complete, the content of your connection is encrypted. Things like the specific page you're requesting, form data you submit, cookies, and so on. But TLS doesn't hide everything. The domain you're connecting to is often still visible to your internet provider or anyone monitoring network traffic, even if the specific page and data are hidden. It also doesn't protect you if the website itself mishandles your data after receiving it, or if your device is compromised in some other way. TLS secures the pipe your data travels through. It's not a guarantee about what happens on either end of that pipe. This is why, over the past decade, the web has largely shifted from HTTP to HTTPS, the S meaning TLS is in play. Browsers now actively warn you when a site doesn't use it, and search engines factor it into rankings. What used to be a nice to have is now baseline expectation. So next time you see that padlock, you're looking at the result of a certificate check, a cryptographic key exchange, and an agreement between two systems that had never spoken before, all completed before the page even finishes loading. We've now covered the full journey, DNS finding the address, TLS securing the connection, and in episode 1, the request and response that actually delivers the page. Next time, we're going to zoom out and look at what happens on the server side, what's actually running behind the scenes to handle millions of these requests at once. Subscribe so you don't miss it.